So today in Canada, there was rallies for Canada First, trying to protest against immigration. And during these rallies, there was fights from the left pushing back. They surrounded them, they screamed at them, they insulted them, they threatened their death.
It is a full circle.
They called them fascists, they called them racists. They even brought up certain situations that happened recently, including Charlie's death.
What's your message to people?
Die, fascist!
Hey, chill.
One to the neck!
Hey, relax.
Fuck you, Tim!
Hey, be nice.
Fuck you!
Be nice.
One to the neck for you, Tim!
Go fuck yourself, you ignorant bitch. With your pumpkin ass hat in September, it's not even October. Put your Halloween decorations away. It's crazy to me how when someone's not educated or smart enough to have a proper adult conversation or a debate, all they do is resort to hating or physical violence or death. And it just makes me sad to see the world being torn apart right now. Because I don't know about you all, but for some reason I took Charlie's death a lot harder than I expected. And then I randomly saw this meme online, and it made me think, as angry as I am and as hateful as I want to be against these people, that's not who we are, and that's not what Charlie would want. So I decided to put some positivity back into the world with this video and show some of the moments that I enjoyed of Charlie and show some of the people that were impacted by Charlie. I hope you all enjoy.
What is her greatest?
Hey, free speech? Free speech?
Yeah, they have the freedom of speech to boo you. That's right.
Do I have the freedom of speech? Okay, so if I boo them, then it's an impediment of freedom of...
No, but I just gave you an open mic for 15 minutes. Let's just tell me, what is Kamala Harris's greatest accomplishment?
Bro's cooked. He's gonna have to go to the diversion tactic.
See, that's that question. You can't... Okay.
If you can't debate, you better be able to deflect.
The greatest accomplishment, that goes back to sort of establishing an extreme. I can't definitively say, oh, this is the greatest, though. Absolute.
Name an accomplishment of hers.
I love how he lowers the bar here. Like, just name any accomplishment she did.
An accomplishment of her? She got in. In when she was the Hey.
I can't. That's just hilarious right there.
She got in. In when she was the Hey. Attorney General of California, she fought the insurance companies to decrease prices that they're not going to be price gouging. That's an accomplishment?
I mean, I guess that's an accomplishment, yes.
Wow. Okay. So that's worthy of your vote.
Definitely female presidential material right there.
You support price gouging?
I mean, no, but I also don't think someone that is fighting the battle against price gouging should be a president, unless it's of the price gouging battlers of America.
Well, no, I'm just curious. What has she done as vice president that makes you be like, that's my gal?
What is the vice president's job? The vice president is just president of the Senate. They don't have much.
Oh, that's interesting. If it's just a ceremonial role, why do we even have a VP?
I mean, that is a valid point.
Well, that's not the point. I'm saying...
She was tasked to control the border. How is she done?
The vice president doesn't control the border.
They get portfolio projects from the president. She was given the portfolio project of the border. How is she done?
Again, she doesn't make any individual. I don't think she makes a top-down decision about the border.
She made a decision to reverse 50 Trump executive orders. Do you think Kamala Harris has done an objectively good job managing our border?
No.
Get Charlie a chef hat, because Stuttering Steve just got roasted by Charlie here.
Okay. I appreciate the honesty.
Served him up well done with a side of manners.
Thank you.
And Steve went all the way back to wherever he came from. This one's an example of how Charlie just wanted you to be comfortable within yourself. That's all. Inside of the body that God gave you.
Just want to say I'm a transgender male. What age should kids be able to get things like hormone therapy? Because I don't know what's true, what's not.
Tell me, are you comfortable telling me your story?
I've known that since like 3rd grade. And I'm currently 19, almost 20. I've known basically since then. I didn't start going by like a different name until 7th and 8th grade. I just don't know, like, with the whole medical stuff, like what's true, what's not, what's helpful, because I've heard so many different opinions.
First of all, thank you so much for that.
Yeah, of
and
course.
So I'm going to have an opinion that very few people will ever tell you, which is I want you to be very cautious putting drugs into your system in the pursuit of changing your body. I instead encourage you to work on what's going on in your brain first. I think what you need first and foremost is just a diagnosis. Just someone that is going to listen to what you've gone through, listen to what else is going on. My prayer for you, and again, very few people will say this, I actually want to see you be comfortable in how you were born.
Yeah.
I know that you might not feel that way, but I think that is something that you can achieve. I think that with the right team and the right people, you don't have to wage war on your body. You can learn to love your body.
The man wanted you to be comfortable with the gift that God gave you without having to put a bunch of drugs inside of your body that is going to alter who you were from birth. This next clip is a great example of how Charlie thought family was over everything and mattered the most.
Joey, I brought my father with me. He's a very liberal father.
Our family's divided. We're divided the same way the nation is divided.
I'm conservative, by the way.
Will anything ever be remedied? A nation divided against itself will not stand, neither will a family divided against itself.
Why do you think your son is conservative?
I have no clue. I'll let him answer that question.
That's a bad answer. Hold on a second. You as a father should listen to your son.
I listen to him all the time.
Hold on, but then you just said you don't know.
He obviously doesn't listen to what his son's saying. Sounds like because the son doesn't agree with the father on politics, whatever the son says to the father goes in one ear and out the other.
I don't know where he went so bad. I mean, come on. It's like, I don't know where he went wrong. I don't know how he went off the rails.
Would the smarter of the two like to chime in here? Yeah.
Absolutely. So I used to be at one point on my father's side. Upon doing my own research and seeing things firsthand, I've switched sides. We talk every day about politics to the point where it's divided us.
Wow, so these two talk every day about politics, and that father has absolutely no idea why his son changed over to conservative from liberal. Yeah, obviously the father's not doing a good father job. He needs to learn to listen.
And so for him to say that he does not know where I stand is
So let me ask you, do you think that maybe he wants to believe government will do good? Maybe that's...
Of course. Okay,
good. Now maybe your son is going more conservative because he thinks government hasn't done a lot of good. Is that maybe a fair charitable interpretation?
That makes relative sense.
Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. Here's what I'll just say in closing, guys. Never let politics get in the way of the beautiful relationship between father and son. My advice first is for the son to the father, understand he comes from a different generational perspective. He thinks government is probably a good force. Now your son, understandably, is seeing it harder than ever to own a home. He's seen a border wide open. He's seen lies from politicians. He's seen the enrichment of the ruling class. And instead of interrupting and want to get in an edge, smartly be like, maybe my son is processing a way that I might not agree with, but he's growing up in a different circumstance than I ever.
He had an absolute gift to make people understand and to rationalize pretty much any situation. Here's some really harsh, true, honest relationship advice.
My friend and I have differing political beliefs, so how should we handle our relationship when we have a lot of the same values but differing political beliefs?
Do you want the truth?
Yeah.
Do not marry this girl.
Holy crap, Charlie didn't hold back on that one. He didn't sugarcoat that at all. Bro didn't even spit on it. He just went in raw dog.
Okay.
Do not marry someone that you cannot talk about the daily news with. You guys can laugh at it. Do not build a life with somebody where you cannot agree on what daily news channel to watch.
I mean, I hope it's a metaphor for bigger issues, because whenever I've went out dating, I've never even asked a girl what news station she watches.
I'm going to be honest. As someone who is married, when you have to instill values in a child, you cannot have the first elemental issue at 7 a.m. when you turn on the radio or a podcast to be disagreement. You got enough of that already in a home.
Yeah.
You need to have harmony.
Okay, so I was right. It was a metaphor. I don't have to go and change my dating profile to say what news station I watch, because it's going to look weird when I put none. Like, I live in Canada. I can't afford cable. I'm stealing my Wi-Fi from the bank across the road.
Build a life with someone where you have agreement on the macro issues. You can have disagreement on the micro issues. You need to agree on religion. You need to agree on eternity. You need to agree on political matters. You could disagree on what type of food you like. That's micro. Yeah. You could disagree on bedtime, right? You could disagree on the type of cars or where you vacation. That is micro. Macro, you must be in alignment. A house divided can't stand. And so that's the point, is that there must be harmony. So I'm a big believer in macro agreement. I'm not trying to like rock your world here, but do not try to change your girlfriend or your future fiance or wife politically. Does not work.
He's speaking the truth. You should never change for your partner, and your partner should never change for you. You should find someone that aligns with your views and values. This is a great example of how he just wanted everybody to be treated equally.
So you got an anti-DEI shirt on, so this is about to get good. I personally believe in DEI. I think that actually helps with creating inclusivity within PWIs and predominantly white institutions.
I would say DEI stands for didn't earn it, but that's a separate issue.
Ooh, didn't earn it. You been working on it? Type. Yes, a lot of people think that.
So I don't know what DEI looks like on this campus. So, yeah, so I can't speak to that. Do you think people should be hired based on their race or their competency?
I don't think that. I think they should be race.
Which one?
My fault. Sorry. My fault. I think that they should be hired based off their competency, not their race.
We totally agree, right?
Okay.
So what DEI does in practice, not in theory, is it focuses on race more than competency. And
okay.
That is our concern.
Okay.
And so what I want, and you seem, very passionate about a lot of things, and you obviously have skills. For your life, I want you always to be judged on the content of your character, not the color of your skin. Where DEI says, no, we're actually going to care more about skin color than competency. And so what we want is an America based on merit, America based on how hard you work, an America based on what you bring to the table, not just what you look like.
Like, honestly, how can anyone disagree with that? Everyone gets an equal chance, and it comes down to how good you are at a specific thing would determine if you get the position for it or not. That just seems like common sense to me. Here's Charlie's stance on whether or not women should pay for dates.
Under no circumstance ever should a man ever let a woman pay for a date, or you should split ever. No circumstance.
Even on the third, fourth, fifth.
What if it's the first date and you're just not into
for anything?
Okay, well let me.
Period.
Well, let me. Okay, so
what kind of world are we living in?
Well, hold on a second. I agree with you. If I'm dating a girl, I would pay for everything.
Everything.
Yeah, everything. However, I could see for other people that might be in a different financial position, you pay for 10 dates and then she's like, you know what, I want to treat you.
Well, that's totally different. No, what we're talking about is like, oh, we're going to alternate. Like, well, what's your serious? And she wants to take you out to something for a nice dinner. And you might, by the way, if you have the intent to marry, you're already like kind of blending finances. Like, I get that psychologically, but like, if you're like, oh, we'll take turns. Like, oh, you pay this time, I pay this time.
What's your advice to a girl who the guy she's currently seeing, he says that?
Oh, do not marry that man.
But here's the thing. I feel like they should always
break offer.
Great. But they should offer. They should pull out the credit card.
The woman? Of course not.
Just to offer.
No.
It's a nice gesture.
No, by the way, no. This is feminism. Feminism is that you have to be this like self-independent. This is not a nice gesture. It's you trying to be like egalitarian. No. You as women should want to be provided for. In fact, you should have an expectation that you as a woman are so important and so critical and so necessary and beautiful that it shouldn't even be a question.
I mean, I totally see what he's saying there, and I can't make a baby all by myself. So them doing the hard work, I feel like they should get a little bit of credit for that and a little bit of extra appreciation. We do the fun part, guys, and they do the hard work. This next one is him making a complete fool out of somebody who's sitting there saying they hate America.
What's your name?
None of your business, unfortunately, but...
Okay, hello, nice to meet you, none of your business.
Thank you, I appreciate it. So, do you love America?
Yes, I do.
I hate America. Every state in the USA should be an independent country. What do you think of this?
Well, I just first have to ask, since you hate the country, do you plan to leave?
What do you mean by that?
Do you plan to go live in another country?
No, I do not.
Let me tell you something.
Your face is an idiot.
America is the only country where even those who hate it refuse to leave. That's how you know you live in a great country.
Charlie definitely had a way with words. Like when he's called a fascist.
You create a company that's like close to being a fascist, and then like...
Okay. How am I... Sorry. Let's go through this. How am I a fascist?
Dude, like you...
Can you name one thing I believe that's fascist?
You believe that, like... You on... Oh, shit. But
I'm such a bad fascist. I let the people who disagree in open mic to talk to me for 2 hours uninterrupted.
Okay.
I'm an awful fascist. I'm more like a free speech liberal of the 1970s, not a fascist.
But I just want to say Turning Point USA is a evil company that was funded by thousands of fracking companies, and that just...
No, it's not thousands, but we do have some frackers that give us money. But
and then all it is making the rich more rich.
Fascism to fracking.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
Okay, again, I'm happy to have a debate. I can see you're getting kind of fired up.
I'm sorry.
So, but why are we evil? Like we're having a nice discussion.
Because
all of a sudden you're calling me like
because
a fascist.
it seems like you just want the rich get even more rich. Like
we haven't talked about the rich at all. I mean, so. You don't even know my positions on this stuff.
He never really got angry. He just made sense. He wasn't a bad guy. He wasn't homophobic. He wasn't racist. He wasn't against women's rights. He wanted everybody to be treated equally and to be judged off of their merit and what they could do, and not because of the color of their skin. He wanted to sit down with everybody and give them an opportunity to voice their opinion, to talk about it like adults and understand the issues together. The man is honestly an inspiration on how you should handle yourself in life. And I have a couple examples of some people that are impacted out of the countless amount of people that have been impacted and still will be impacted by the movement going forward. Because they may have taken Charlie from us, but something they will never stop is the message he was trying to push. And taking him away from us the way they did just proves how powerful a conversation can be. And it makes it so at least myself wants to talk about it even more. He inspired the youth. The flame has been lit, and you will not ever put it out.
Charlie Kirk is gone, but the call for us believers hasn't changed. Be bold, be brave, and stand for Jesus.
It was Charlie Kirk. It was Charlie Kirk. No one else. This college dropout was standing up for the cause of Christ.
Kirk's organization was called Turning Point USA, and I know that that's not it's not an accident. And I believe that right now is actually the turning point.
Anybody, especially black people, that are saying Charlie Kirk was racist and was not for black people who did not know black people, I am 100% convinced that you have never sat through a full debate of his.
There's no way y'all believe this man was racist. How is somebody racist but saying that you should be judging the content of your character, not the color of your skin?
Let me tell you, I now know that the Republican Party is one of the most inclusive. For all the African American males talking, whether I was going to show up in full makeup, this is what the race does. Comes together for the greater good. And I said something this morning. I was a little hesitant on coming. I was like, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what's going to be here. I don't know anything. When I thought about something that's right, never surrender.